This video is sponsored by Renaissance Bank, the best bank in the South. Check them out online at renaissancernation.com.
Hey, what's up? Matt White here. The player spotlight video we're doing now is Jeffery Simmons from Mississippi State. First round draft pick of the Tennessee Titans with the 19th pick overall, but injures his ACL in, pre-draft lead-up workouts. And so still goes in the first round of the Titans. And without that ACL injury, pretty much unanimous, would have been a top 5, top 10 pick. So they really got a steal with Jeffery at 19. And when you watch him on film, he's just kind of a motor that never stops.
Let's start it off. Here he is against Ole Miss, lined up over the center. Watch a swim move, free to the QB. Big sack. Now let's go back and look. So you see this a lot, and that is Simmons lined up over the other team's center. He's either in that one technique, and every now and then they move him out. But most of the time, he's what you would consider a nose guard type player, one technique in a four-man front. And right here, again, it's down in distance. It's a third and long, so it's obvious pass situation. They've called four-man rush here on that third down situation. As soon as he sees shotgun snap with quarterback in his eyes downfield, I mean, he's already kind of planned this out, what he's going to do. And just look at the strength in that left hand. Go left hand underneath, right hand swim over the top. You saw him get it over. And now you got a guard that's a little bit concerned with Montez Sweat, another first rounder out of the edge. And so nobody picks up Simmons, and he's free to the QB. Here he is against Kentucky. Again, lined up nose. They go zone. He sifts through, makes the play. Shows you an example of why he's so difficult to deal with in so many zone runs. Again, nose guard who's lined up, one technique, right arm, the center there. And on this zone play, the center and guard are trying to work up to the next level so they can get this thing out the backside if it's a give. So what that means is center and guard trying to work through here. And so the offensive tackle is the one that's got to try to get over and get on his outside shoulder and drive him across to create that hole. It's just too far for the tackle to go. So if you were to go back and look, that's your tackle right there. And again, look how far he's got to go to get there. Again, Simmons lined up over the ball. You've got center, guard, and then there's your tackle all the way out there. And somehow he's going to be expected to get down inside. Simmons just too quick for that, and he gave people fits. He squeezed through that gap and gets a tackle for loss. See it slow-mo here. Center and guard trying to work up, meaning the tackle's trying to get over. And look, really, ball snapped here, and by the time you're a yard deep, the tackle is already behind Simmons. Simmons beating him into the backfield. Here he is against Florida, head up the center, three-man front, and a third down, drives him right back into the lap of the QB and bats it down. So if you go back and look here, he's head up the center in a 3rd and 7. And when you get kind of a motion to empty, nobody in the backfield with him, he's straight up bull rush in the center. Thing to look at here, pay attention to the depth that he gets. Ball is snapped on the 34-yard line in what is going to be a 3-step drop type route for the QB. That's how fast the ball's coming out. So it's snapped on the 34. And after 1-2, ball's coming out, 3-step drop route that quick, he's driven the center back to the 44. So he's 5 yards deep on a 3-step route to bat the ball down. Get a field level look at it. Driving him right back in there, got his eyes up, watching the QB. Here he is against Iowa in the bowl game, going to beat a double team. Just kind of a bust by two guys. Goes right around to the quarterback. So if you look what they've done, he's basically head up the center, even though you got 4 with their hands down. He's head up the center. And so center and left guard are trying to double team Jeffery Simmons in this pass pro situation, a 2-on-1. And watch what happens. Again, he goes right arm and into and pulls down off his center of gravity, that guard. So it's like baby swim move. You see how off balance he was. He got pulled down. That's how powerful he is just on one side of his body there. And now the center's too far away. He kind of gets tripped up and he can't get there. So he just goes right around a double team. All right, here he is against Ole Miss. They're going to try to block down on him with the left guard, but they let him sift through. And he not only gets there and knocks the ball out for a turnover. And there's a couple things about this play, too, that just show he's just got an extra sense of urgency. Is if you look pre-snap, look how tight the center and the guard are to each other. Those splits they are foot to foot, almost interlocking. And it's just because Simmons is in that gap, that one technique, left shoulder of the center, and they know that guard's got to get down here and cut him off. He's trying to get out in front or blocking down, and that's what they get. So back on one tackle, the other guard is right there and still can't hold him up. Quarterback's got what he wants here, going to keep the ball and come inside of that block back because the hole's there if Jeffery Simmons doesn't squeeze through, but he does. And then just kind of instinctually reaches out and gets a hand on the football, knocks it away, and it's a big turnover.
One of the things so impressive about Jeffery when you watch him, especially his junior year, is this constant motor, getting after the opposing quarterback, tackles in the backfield, affecting things way beyond the line of scrimmage, and at the same time being able to recognize when screens and other stuff are happening, and he'd feel that stuff, and then run it down across the field. So it's like a rare combination of always going forward downhill, but then always knowing, wait a minute, something's not right. I'm putting the brakes on because they're screening behind me one way or the other.
Talk about instincts, a great example right here. He's lined up at nose, he's in the backfield, and immediately smells screen. And that's what's impressive to me about a player who's going to get quarterbacks and playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, and everything's downhill, but to know when you've been turned loose on purpose. As soon as he steps through right here, he's clear. Most guys are going to take off and go see if you can hit him, and he immediately knows something's up, puts on the brakes, and then reads the eyes of the quarterback. Because he's looking here, now he's looking here. Even though you got a back in your face on this side, he's going to turn back because of where the quarterback turned his head. Now, what about his motor? Watch this against Iowa. When it first rush doesn't get you through, what do you have in the tank after that? Second effort gets there. So let's watch it again. Again, punches him pretty good with that left arm to begin with. But it's a pretty good job there by the guard to keep his balance. But he just keeps fighting, doesn't give up. It's not looking, not standing up. Keeps on fighting. That second effort now is going to get him on his heels and push him back to the QB. Here he is against Alabama, lined up head up the center. They're blocking back. Guard tries to pick him up. He's too strong. It's jailbreak, and he gets there with teammates. Just another quick look here. You kind of see where he is, and you're stepping back, and so that block back protection there is going to bring that guard into his area, plus you're coming here and here off the edge. Now, there is pressure. This is a first-round draft pick, Montez Sweat of the Redskins. This is a first-round pick of the Raiders, Jonathan Abram, who's going to pick the backup. And these are future draft picks, and Willie Gay and Rivers here lined up as well. This is what I want you to watch at this point. He's engaged. That's a good position there by the guard. Watch the strength, though, in that right arm of Jeffery Simmons. Just one swat into his shoulder, and he's going to spin him around sideways. Right up under, hooks him, and now with one punch, he's got that guard up off his balance on one foot, turned sideways. And then instead of instinctually, I go get quarterback and get knocked off, he's going to shove him around even further, get both hands into him. And this is something you see a lot with Simmons, again, is the strength in that upper body to, with one arm, hold off the blocker, keep the other arm free to go make a tackle. And he's just super, super strong in that upper body. It's another example of that one-arm strength, hold people off, sift through, and then try to run away, make the play in the backfield. Go back real quick, look at it from this angle. You can see what Alabama's doing. It's zone this way, everybody this way. And so it brings that right guard. He's in that nose position. He's going to try to get his head across of Simmons here. So you can barely see they're kind of engaged, but Simmons has the leverage. And again, you see he's using that left arm to keep him off, get that right arm free and gets leverage, get the right shoulder through, run through the gap, and now you got a clear shot. And it certainly is helped by you got a great job on the front side by Rivers, the defensive end, clogging it up. You see it from behind, it's really clear. Again, lined up nose, instinctually already following center, all the flows that way, so he's going to beat it, get ahead of it, and he does. Guard cannot get there. Hold him off with one arm, and then get through. I really like this play. This time they try something different, try to chop him. He just skips it and makes the play. So you wonder why you do all those mat drills and, high school and college. This is an example why, but again, they're going to zone it away from him. And like on the last play, center's headed there, guard's got to get across him, but instead this time of trying to get the head out in front, they switch it up and try to chop him. Now he's engaged with the center there, but center's trying to get through. But watch the footwork right here and just instinctual ability to get away from this. Got to guide his feet, goes airborne, skips over it, and look at the angle. There's a back and just understanding where the flow is going. He's not trying to get flat and letting it get around him. He's going to chase it down and know where the ball carrier is going to be when he gets there out on the numbers. Great play.
All right, hope you enjoyed that player spotlight. If you did, let me know about it. Let me know what you think. Hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Radio Wyatt on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Wyatt. And always, if you're watching on YouTube here, do me a favor, click that subscribe button. I appreciate that because more stuff coming your way. And as always, appreciate Renaissance Bank for sponsoring these videos, the best bank in the South, and I'm not really sure that it's close. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.